everyone, and welcome. Happy Friday. Today we are doing Britain Agent, okay? We started it last week, so if you need to catch up, it's in my YouTube channel. You guys can catch up. Otherwise, you go to britagent.com and /courses. And today we are starting with Welcome to Northern England. Now, this is an interactive training. It's just a fun thing we do together. So if you're new to this, you sit back, you listen, we take turns reading. Sometimes there's videos, and then we all take the test together. So if you're just registering or something, don't worry about it. Keep doing that. What happens is we start the course. Again, you have time to probably finish up, but we will wait for you for the test, okay? So that's what's nice is we don't leave you stranded to do the test alone, okay? So again, my name is Marnie Hernandez. I've been with the company for 5 years, and what I did was I had to hold myself accountable and learn these vendors, because when I started, I just did it for the perks, and now I'm kind of learning the booking side of the business. And so I thought, okay, I need to do these trainings. Why don't I invite everybody else to join me? And so it's kind of fun because we just get together as a group and learn together, you know, get to know each other and have fun. And then we pass and get certificates that you guys can post then on social media to tell them now you're a specialist on Northern England or on London, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So now, you know, and in the chat box, feel free to put in there if you have questions, comments, etc. If I'm going too fast, too slow, let us know. And so this one, about this course, Northern England invites to experience an area of Britain like no other, where modern cities and ancient towns, beautiful countryside, and sweeping coast combine to produce experiences that stay long in the memory and encourage you to return. In this course, you will discover destinations located in the Northern England, how to reach North England, experiences to add to an itinerary, and popular attractions that will bring visitors to Northern England. All right, go ahead, Julie, what do you have? Ask away. You can unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat box.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
I started Brit Agent this morning, and I got through Wales by the skin of my teeth.
Okay.
And so I've done Experiencing Britain and Wales, and I'm almost done with Northern England that you're just starting. So is that all you're going to be doing today is Northern England?
I'm going to go through probably 3 or 4 courses, depending on how fast. Usually we stay on for about 2 hours.
Okay.
Unless it's one course and we're just doing that one course. But when it's like this, Fridays are usually about 2 hours. Like I said, last Friday was 3 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But yeah, again, I record it so you can jump on or jump off.
Now, when you record them, how do we get credit for them, for lack of a better term?
Again, this is just for yourself, but
Okay.
Once you complete them, you can print your certificates under profile, post them on social media and stuff. And then if you've missed any, you just go over here and can, you know, pick them up in my YouTube channel, anything you've missed.
Okay.
Okay. But this is just for you to learn. You don't get like extra points or anything for it, except for if you're in my team next month, we're doing a raffle thing. And for anybody that attends training, you'll get a raffle ticket. But other than that, it's mainly just for yourself to learn the different vendors.
Okay. What ones did you do did you just start Brit Agent last week?
Yes. So we've done, last week we did Britain, Wales, Experience Britain, and the assessment for Wales. So today we're doing Welcome Northern England. We'll do the test, and then we'll probably do the Loch Ness one. Hopefully we'll get these done. Again, I don't know how long they're going to be. They could be an hour, they could be 2 hours. So we just keep
Right.
going until, we're tired and want to give up,
Now, do you do this every Friday? Do you do Brit Agent every Friday?
It depends. We did do this week or this month we were doing Cunard, the cruise line. And then we started Britain. And so now this coming up, we'll probably finish Britain for the probably 2 more Fridays, and then we'll do like Britain, Virgin Islands, or Thailand, or Bora Bora, so we each month I give you a list of what trainings we're going to do.
Okay, and now how do I get that list? It will automatically come to me?
You should, if you're in any of the chat groups. Which team are you in?
I can't remember.
Okay, who's your sponsor?
I just started. Her last name's Jimenez.
Emily? Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
You're probably with World Explorers, I think. Courtney, so you're in Rising Tide, so we usually post in Rising Tide under travel training, and you'll see the list. And they'll be posting that probably on Sunday or tomorrow.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, guys. All right, so let's start. All right, so this is only 3 sessions. Cool. So destinations in Northwest England. Blackpool is a traditional seaside resort situated in the county of Lancashire. Thank you. It's famous for its iconic tower and promenade, 7 miles of award-winning beaches, and the magic of Blackpool illuminations. Look how pretty. Situated in the northwestern corner of England, Carlisle sits, is that right? Sits at the edge of the Scottish border. As first line of defense against England's northern neighbors, the Cumbria County capital is full of military history and picturesque surroundings. Cheshire and the city of Chester provides visitors with an insight of what medieval England used to be like. Chester, on the border of Wales, is surrounded by calm countryside with stately homes, romantic ruins, and historic market towns. Lancashire, beautiful landscapes are great for adventure with fascinating heritage and tasty local food. Lancaster Castle is owned by Her Majesty the Queen, who is the current Duchy of Lancaster. Liverpool stretches along the famous River Mersey and produced the world's greatest pop band, the Beatles. An exciting city where you can expect culture, art, and UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a warm welcome. Proud of its Industrial Revolution heritage, Manchester's change from a factory hub to a modern cultural center has been remarkable. Old and new exist together, and you will find restaurants in enormous Victorian warehouses, designers trading in restored indoor markets, and new shopping centers with Art Deco and department stores. All right. All right, so Yorkshire and Peak District. Harrogate is Yorkshire's historic spa town of Turkish baths, English gardens, and glorious Edwardian architecture. With its cultural heritage and restored public spaces, the maritime city of Hull is ready to take the crown of the city of culture in 2017. York is captivating 2,000-year-old walled city with medieval streets, museums, and a spectacular minster. Christianity began in York with the Roman emperors. The city has also seen Viking and Norman occupation and civil war. From glass-roofed arcades and Victorian mills to innovative ballets and independent boutique, Leeds is a vibrant and creative city. There are many riverside restaurants, classical arts, and grand architecture to discover. Industrial heritage awaits visitors in the steel city of Sheffield, where you will find the Peak District on the doorstep. The city also popular with locals for a range of sporting events. In the hills of northwest England, the Peak District is home to some of UK's most dramatic scenery. Dales crisscrossed by dry stone walls soar up to moors with rock formations, market towns, and pretty villages. The area is full of cafes, shops, and lively events. Bradford's cultural offering is truly impressive with its UNESCO film links and popular Asian food scene. It's a city of full experiences. Boy, we have a little group today. All right, northeast England, bordering Scotland, Northumberland's wild northern edge of England has a turbulent history of Viking raids, royal rebellions, and battles between the Romans and ancient tribes of Britain. The heather moorland and quiet coastline is home to a range of wildlife. The welcoming city of Newcastle stands on the north bank of the River Tyne, and 7 spectacular bridges connect it to the neighboring town of Gateshead. Cross the River Tyne on foot over the world's first and only tilting bridge. Nicknamed the Winking Eye, it lights up the Quayside, I hope that's right, at night with dazzling colors. The area is also home to some of England's most iconic landmarks and exciting cultural experiences. Durham City includes a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the striking Durham Cathedral and Castle, surrounded by a coastline and areas of forests, valleys, and dales to explore on foot and by bike. All right, let's move on. That one was a short one. I hope they're all that short. All right, introduction to Northern England. So on to the next lesson. All right, introduction. So this is 1 of 1, yay. Northern England invites you to experience an area of Britain like no other, where modern cities and ancient towns, beautiful countryside, and sweeping coasts combine to produce experiences that stay long in the memory and encourage you to return. Landscapes. Northern England has dramatic landscapes where many writers, poets, and artists have been inspired for centuries. History. Visit spectacular stately homes, follow the footsteps of pilgrims to saintly shrines, or conquer a legion of castles and ancient fortifications. Modern, a new life has transformed this region. Explore the vibrant cities and bustling towns that have emerged, along with unique shopping and cultural experiences. There are many ways to experience the region. Take a relaxing cruise past magnificent landscapes, or board a vintage steam train to travel in class. And then food and drink. Enjoy unique recipes that have been perfected over generations and unique to the north of England. There are 14 Michelin stars across 13 eateries. Next. All right, access to Northern England. So let's see how we get there, guys. All right, Northern England is the northernmost tip of England, bordering southern Scotland, borders the Irish and North Sea. Airports: Manchester, Liverpool, John Lennon, Newcastle, Leeds, Bradford, Humberside, and Robin Hood, Doncaster, Sheffield airports all have international flights servicing the region. Manchester is the largest airport, serving 19 million passengers, using over 60 airlines, flying directly to and around 200 destinations. Now that may be a test question, so pay attention. Ferry and cruise ports. The Port of Tyne in Newcastle offers both cruise and ferry crossings. Who offers both cruise and ferry crossings? Port of Tyne. Liverpool and Hull also have international ferry crossings, okay? So remember that, guys. Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh. Ask my sister for a update of what she thinks of my site, and I have 10 messages from her. All right, inspired landscapes, national parks. You have the Peak District, which was the UK's first national park, and rugged rock formations and stately homes have inspired many artists and writers. The area is popular with local outdoor enthusiasts, walkers, climbers, cyclists, horse riders, and cavers are well catered for. Caving enthusiasts can go underground at Castleton's 4 famous show caves, while Titan Cavern is the highest natural cavern in the UK. The stately homes of Haddon Hall, Chatsworth House, and North Lees Hall have inspired story writers such as Jane Austen. The Yorkshire Dales. Yorkshire Dales are a blend of green valleys, heather-covered moors, and stone-built villages. The remote north is home to spectacular waterfalls. Walkers can choose anything from gentle strolls to epic feats of endurance. The iconic Three Peaks Challenge see hikers tackle 3 separate summits in one day. Malham Cove, a stone amphitheater, features in the Harry Potter films. The village of Hayworth and surround Pennines, if that's right, was the home of the famous Bronte sisters who wrote the books Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights.
Bronte sisters.
Bronte? Okay.
Yeah, Bronte.
Bronte. The Lake District. The Lake District is a region of scenic beauty and is one of Britain's most popular national parks. Local people come for the literary connections and to canoe, kayak, swim, and sail in the Great Lakes. Visit the former homes of many poets, writers, and artists who were inspired here. See Dove Cottage in the old village of Grasmere, where 19th century poet William Wordsworth wrote his poems. Visit Hilltop, the holiday home owned by the children's author Beatrix, I don't know, Potter. Beatrix Potter. Take a day trip to the small coastal village of Ravenglass to see the Roman baths before riding the Ravenglass and Exdale Heritage Railway through 7-mile countryside. North York Moors. Here, home to one of Northern England's finest national parks, the area is known for the vast floral carpets of pink and purple heather, hiking and cycling trails, castles, abbeys, and pretty villages. Whitby itself is a nearby harbor town famous for its seafood, cliff lift, and ruined abbey, which featured in Bram Stoker's classic book, Dracula. Robin Hood's Bay is a picturesque fishing village where you can hear tales of pirates, hunt for dinosaur footprints, and catch crabs in rock pools. Northumberland, amongst the wilderness landscape of this national park, you will find ruins, castles, and Roman UNESCO World Heritage Site of Hadrian's Wall. Northumberland has some of the darkest skies in Britain. On a clear night, you can see the Milky Way, planets, and if you are lucky, the Northern Lights. Head to the award-winning Kildare Observatory to learn all about our sun galaxies. From May to July, again, maybe a test, you can see 37,000 nesting pairs of puffins from the islands a few miles off the coast. The seawaters are home to dolphins, porpoises, mink whales, and gray seals. Continue north to Holy Island, the site of the earliest Christian monastery in Northumberland. Alnwick Castle was chosen as the home of Hogwarts School in the Harry Potter movies, and Hadrian's Wall filmed in the Game of Thrones. Interesting. All right, let's see. Boo, boo, boo. All right, live experience. All right, 1 of 3. So cultural events, Viking Festival. Over 1,000 years ago, when York was under Viking rule, great celebrations took place during February called Jolablot. To this day, York celebrates the end of winter with Jorvik Viking Festival. The festival's family-friendly events, lectures, guided walks, and battle reenactments attract over 40,000 visitors each year from across the globe. Leeds Music Festival, one of the biggest music festivals in Britain, is held at Bramham Park in Leeds. International acts from around the globe pally here over the 3-day festival. Harrogate Flower Festival, gardening events in April don't come much bigger than this, as over 100 of the UK's top plant nurseries from across the country prepare to create spectacular displays. You will find thousands of garden-related products with hundreds of exhibitors offering everything from conservatories to fruit cages. Kendall Mountain Festival. Outdoor enthusiasts come to the historic market town of Kendall in the Lake District each year for the Kendall Mountain Festival, a celebration of the area's beautiful landscape. It showcases the best in literature, photography, and creative arts to an audience of hikers, climbers, cyclists, and adventurers. Kalamandale Pageant of Power. Watch the car rallies, air displays, water sports, and more at Kalamandale Pageant of Power in Cheshire. At the Supercar Paddock, you can see some of the world's fastest cars in the rallying village. There are more than 80 cars and bikes racing on the track. Manchester Pride, located in Chinatown area of Manchester. The village is both a party place that plays host to a number of regular annual events and special community activities, including Manchester Pride, one of the biggest pride events in Britain. Manchester also proudly hosts Sparkle, the national transgender celebration weekend in July, whilst the Great British Bear Bash sees the village taken over by crowds over weekend in May. And Lancashire Day, the city of Lancaster stages a festival in November, Lancashire Day, to commemorate the day in 1295 when Lancashire, I hope that's right, sent its first representatives to Parliament by King Edward I of England to attend what later became known as the Model Parliament, taking place over 50 venues with 200 acts and performances in the city's historic squares and in a 1,000-year-old castle. The castle often doubles up as a music venue in the summer with concerts held in its splendid courtyard. How cool is that? Have you ever been to any of those, guys? Lots of events. All right. What about Unique Entertainment? Leeds, with its decorative facade, clustered columns, and Gothic design, Leeds Grand Theatre has a luxury setting, home to Northern Ballet, a contemporary dance troupe, is it? Is it troupe?
Yes.
Okay, based at the Phoenix Dance Theatre, gives Leeds a world-class ballet offering as well. Liverpool, during the 1960s, it was thanks to the Beatles. Liverpool became the center of the music cultural world. The Cavern Club is where the Beatles trend began. The Beatles played 292 gigs here, and the city tells the story of the Fab Four's modest musical beginnings and still offers the finest live music in the city. Peak District, recently restored to its former glory after a major refurbishment program. The Buxton Opera House in the heart of the spa town is well worth a visit to see the historical interior decoration as well as for the evening entertainment. Blackpool, Blackpool's most iconic landmark is Blackpool Tower, whose tall spire has been the center of the skyline since 1894. In the tower, you will find the magnificent ballroom with its unique sprung dance floor and iconic Wurlitzer organ. Enjoy afternoon tea beneath the chandeliers before joining other couples ballroom dancing. During the autumn season, don't miss the Blackpool illuminations that turn 6 miles of promenade into a glittering festival of light and magic. Manchester. Manchester's northern quarter is home to many independent restaurants, bars, and a big music scene. Try Apotheca for cocktails, Cosmonaut for fun entertainment, 2022 for ping pong, and Black Dog Ballroom for dancing. Newcastle. On the Gateshead bank is the curvaceous shimmering sage Gateshead, one of the world's premier music venues. It's home to the Royal Northern Symphonia and hosts fantastic concerts. All right, and sporting events. Football. 6 Premier League football teams are based in north of England. Manchester is a key destination for football fans, with the city being home to Manchester United and Manchester City football clubs. Manchester also has a dedicated football museum and a football-themed hotel. Golf. The region is a world-class destination for golf. Known as England's Gulf Coast, fantastic courses can be found from the edge of Liverpool through Southport and up to the tip of Lancaster. It has 3 Royal Link courses: Royal Birkdale, Royal Lytham and St. Anne's, and Royal Liverpool. Athletics. Sheffield is well known for sporting events, especially athletics, held at the Don Valley Stadium. The Great North Run is the world's largest half marathon and has become an iconic feature of Newcastle Gateshead's cultural and sporting program. The event welcomes 52,000 runners to the northeast from all over the world. Cycling. Manchester Velodrome has become one of the world's finest and fastest cycling tracks, and visitors can watch cycling champions as they train or even take part in a ride at this excellent sporting center. The Yorkshire Dales and Moors have the finest landscape in the country for road cycling. There are many villages and towns along the way where you get the chance to have a break and discover local history. Horse racing. The Grand National is a national hunt horse race held annually at Aintree Racecourse in Liverpool, England. First run in 1839, it is a handicap steeplechase that has become internationally renowned. When it comes to racing fixtures, Doncaster is the busiest dual-purpose racecourse in the UK. It will hold a mixture of national hunt and flat race meetings throughout the year, including the world's oldest classic, the Ladbroke St. Leger Festival. The carnival atmosphere, created by stylish horse racing visitors walking along the rows in Chester, adds to the experience of Chester Racecourse, situated in the middle of the Roman walls of the city. Cricket. Emirates, how do you pronounce it? Emirates Durham International Cricket Ground is a world-class sporting and events venue which regularly attracts visitors from all around the world. The Yorkshire Cricket Museum in Leeds will educate and inspire visitors in Yorkshire's cricketing heritage. The museum will be open on every domestic match day during the season. And then they have rugby. Rugby league is popular in this region with 11 teams based in the north of England. Leeds and Newcastle also have teams in Rugby Union Premier League. Da, 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 da. All right, great ways to see more. Halfway done.
Yay.
Okay, this one has 5. Cycle around Newcastle. Cycle from the Cycle Hub in Newcastle to the Angel of North in Gateshead, passing historic towns and countrysides along the way. Electric bike. Durham. Cycling is one of the best ways to explore Durham Dales and North Pennines. Now you can do it in a more leisurely form of transport in this area with an electric bike. Off-road cycling, Lake District. For a gentle introduction to pedaling the Lake District National Park, start with the Windermere West Shore Cycle Trail, a traffic-free cycleway that hugs the lake's shoreline for 4 miles of gently undulated off-road trail suitable for most bikes and riders. And then the Segway, Yorkshire Moors. See some of the Yorkshire's beautiful countryside from a Segway trail at the Dalby Forest Activity Center in Yorkshire Moors. Let's go. Okay, boat trips, steamboats, Lake District, cruise on England's largest natural lake, Lake Windermere. at a leisurely pace on a traditional steamboat, absorb the picture-perfect panoramas, and visit William Wordsworth's home, Dove Cottage. Ferry, Liverpool. Step aboard a Mersey ferry to see Liverpool's stunning waterfront at its very best. The decks of the Mersey ferry offer the best way to see the world's famous skyline. Our River Explorer cruise takes you on a 50-minute trip where you'll be captivated by Liverpool's fascinating history of the world's heritage UNESCO waterfront unfolds before you. How about narrow boating, Cheshire? The Cheshire Ring is a 97-mile circular route through 5 canals and 92 historic locks, count them. Float along its relaxing waterways, past villages and country pubs. Keep a lookout near Northwich, where you'll encounter the Anderton Lift, built in 1875 by the civil engineer Edwin Clark. This 3-story iron giant hoists cargo boats from the River Weaver up to the Trent and Mersey Canal. Canal boating, Manchester. Manchester is a city of canals, including Britain's first. These waterways played a big part in Manchester's industrial past. Jump aboard a canal tour for a view of Manchester by water and sail past Victorian warehouses. The modern builds of the quays, Imperial War Museum, North and Old Trafford. Take a full day to explore the 35 miles of water between Manchester and Liverpool and see stunning scenery alongside locks and bridges largely unchanged since they were built over 100 years ago. And then sail Northumberland, hop on a seaboat to the Farne Islands to see thousands of colorful puffins in summer or thousands of gray seal pups in autumn. All right, next. All right, rail experiences, luxury steam train. Ride on a restored steam train on the historic North York Moors Railway and enjoy the panoramic views from original wood paneled carriages. The railway runs from Pickering to the coastal town of Whitby, made famous by the book Dracula. Add luxury to the journey by traveling on the Belmont, formerly the Orient Express Pullman train. Historic railway journeys. Explore the stunning countryside of Bronte. What is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Bronte country by hopping on the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway. This popular 5-mile heritage rail experience will take you back in time to a golden age of travel. You'll also see the picturesque setting of the classic 1970 film, The Railway Children, before arriving in Haworth, the village where the Bronte sisters lived. Railway adventures. Take an unforgettable ride on one of the world's greatest railway journeys, which takes in stunning country landscapes, 20 viaducts, and 14 tunnels. The iconic Settle to Carlisle Railway runs through the stunning scenery of the Yorkshire Dales and Cumbrian Fells, between the pretty market town of Settle and the historic border city of Carlisle. Classic railway travel. The classic rail trip to the most northern town in England, Berwick upon Tweed, takes travelers along the coastal path, passing countryside scenery, historic castles, and sea views. Woo! All right. Almost done. Almost. All right, road trips. Humber Bridge Hole. Drive or cycle across the iconic Humber Bridge, the world's longest single-span suspension bridge when it opened in 1981. On crossing the waters of the broad river Humber estuary, you'll find Humber Bridge Country Park, a former chalk quarry that has been transformed into a wildlife trail of lakes and meadows. Angel of the North, Newcastle. When traveling to Newcastle, a colossal figure rises above the A1 road between Berkeley and Gateshead. And Antony Gormley's Angel of the North, one of the country's best loved contemporary artworks, is worth stopping the car and getting closer. Pendy Witches Trail, Lancaster. The Lancashire Witches Driving Trail tells of 10 people accused of witchcraft and executed in 1612. Follow the trail from Pendle Heritage Center and the Forest of Bowland to historic Lancaster Castle, where the witches were imprisoned. And then Hadrian's Wall Bus, Northumberland. The AD 122 Hadrian's Wall country bus stops at forts, sites, museums, and galleries along the Great Wall route from Hexham near Newcastle to Haltwhistle near Carlisle. We need a drink. All right, last one. Adventures by foot. Walk. Lake District. Hiking doesn't get much more epic than on England's highest mountain, Scafell Pike, which rises some 978 meters, 3,208 feet above sea level. With its steep crags and jaw-dropping views, it's not for the faint of heart, but the sense of elation when you reach the top is unlike any other experience. Climb down the Dales, climb down the natural highlight of the Yorkshire Dales, vast maze of caves and one of the country's largest chambers called Gapping Gill. Climb up York, see the best views after climbing 275 steps up the central tower of York Minster that leads you to the highest point in the city. And then Coaster Newcastle, coastering in an exciting adventure activity that includes rock climbing, cliff jumping, open water swimming, and sea cave exploring. Marsden Bay in South Shields, located near Newcastle, has a range of challenges for all people to join in. Visitors see the beautiful coastline from a unique angle, is a stunning stretch of coastline. All right, eat where it's made. So I'll finish this group, and then if anybody wants to volunteer for the next set, we will go ahead and do that. Eat where it is made. Local food. Bakewell is a charming market town in the Peak District, famous for its Bakewell pudding. The sweet cake was made in the early 19th century, and its recipe is a secret of Bakewell's bakeries. Make your own Bakewell pudding at Bakewell's prestigious Hartington School of Food, or taste one at the Bakewell Food Festival. Cheshire cheese is one of the oldest recorded named cheeses in British history. A fantastic way to sample some of the cheeses at the Cheese Yard in Knutsford, who run tasting evenings. The Nantwich and South Cheshire Show holds the International Cheese Awards in July. With a vibrant community and contemporary curry houses, the city of Bradford is West Yorkshire is famous for its cuisine. Curry lovers come from around the world to experience the authentic Asian recipes of talented local chefs. Bradford also hosts the World Curry Festival every year. Find out about the city's 300-year history with chocolate at York's Chocolate Story and watch the Artisan Chocolatiers. Afterwards, move on to York Cocoa House for chocolate-themed afternoon tea, or to Monk Bar Chocolatiers. The York Chocolate Festival is held every year to celebrate. Cumbria's history as a center of the spice trade gave rise to potted shrimps, as well as Cumberland sausage, sticky toffee pudding, and Grasmere recipe, and popular among climbers and mountaineers. Discover more about food in the region at the Kendal Festival of Food held in March.
Do you know what candy bar came out of York?
What candy? The York?
Kit Kat.
What is it? Kit Kat?
Yeah, Kit Kat.
Okay.
That's the only thing I took away from my time in that city. The chocolate.
How fun. All right, restaurants and pubs. Stop in at traditional Country in the Green Dragon, which is next to England's largest single drop waterfall in the Yorkshire Dales. Alternatively, treat yourself to a table at the Michelin star pub, the Star Inn, in the Yorkshire Moors. The first pub stop in Newcastle should be the Bridge Tavern. Set on the modern quayside, it has an on-site microbrewery and a wide choice of real local ales. After a drink, move on to the top floor of the Baltic Center to enjoy the panoramic views of 6 restaurants. Alternatively, book a table at the Michelin star restaurant House of Tides or Black Friars, an award-winning restaurant located on the 13th century medieval friary. Dine at Northcote, Lancashire's Michelin-starred restaurant, and try the locally sourced menu, including famous Lancashire hotspot. One of England's finest restaurants, 2 Michelin-starred El and Clume, is in the historic village of Cartmel and also offers accommodation. Alternatively, the Samling Hotel's Michelin star restaurant grows and uses local produce in its dishes. Leeds is celebrating a new Michelin star added to Northern England's region. Chef Michael O'Hare of The Man Behind the Curtain impresses customers with his food theater and bizarrely named dishes. Situated on the 23rd floor of the Beetham Tower with floor-to-ceiling windows, you will find the Luxury Cloud 23 bar and podium restaurant, providing amazing views over Greater Manchester and beyond. All right, eat where it is made, local drink. Ampleforth Abbey in the Yorkshire Moors has sheltered Benedictine monks since 1802. Take a tour of their vast orchids and cider mill, and the monks will also give you a glass of their cider and brandy for the journey. The English are renowned for their love of tea, and the popular Earl Grey tea was invented in Northumberland at Howick Hall, once home to Lord Grey, a former British Prime Minister. Bergamot, which gives Earl Grey its distinctive taste, was used to offset the taste of lime in the water from Howick Hall's well. Go for tea in one of England's most iconic tea shops in Harrogate. Betty's has been serving high-class tea and cakes to the higher society ever since 1919. Order afternoon tea for a tiered cake stand filled with finger sandwiches, miniature cakes, and still warm scones. And then wash it all down at one of the north of England's many distilleries or micro breweries. There are plenty to visit and create a tour. From the Lakes Distillery in the Lake District to the Big Lamp Brewery near Newcastle and the High House Farm Brewery in Durham. Whew. Yay, yay, yay. Looks like we lost France. Northern England regions. All right. So Northeast England, bordering Scotland, Northumberland's wild northern edge of England has a turbulent history of Viking raids, royal rebellions, and battles between the Romans and ancient tribes of Britain. The heather moorland and quiet coastline is a home to a range of wildlife. The welcoming city of Newcastle stands on the north. We already did this, right? No.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this one's a repeat of the first one.
Yeah.
So I think you can just skip right through.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, wait, I thought we did this one. Okay. And then finish. All right, so hands-on history. All right, hands-on history, the castles. Alnwick Castle, the second largest inhabited castle in England, has been home to the Duke of Northumberland's family for over 700 years. The impressive Italianate state rooms are filled with one of Britain's finest private art collections, including works from Canaletto Titian Van Dyke, and J.M.W. Turner. The castle was used in the famous Harry Potter films as the location of Hogwarts School. That's kind of cool. Lancaster Castle. Discover fascinating history in Lancaster, one of England's heritage cities. Its 12th century castle served as a prison right up until 2011, and its courtrooms have witnessed many famous British trials, including those of the Pendle witches, who were sentenced to death here in 1612. Her Majesty the Queen is the Duchy of Lancaster and the owner of Lancaster Castle. Newcastle Castle. To discover how Newcastle has changed through the ages, step back in time at Newcastle Castle in the heart of the city. The ancient fortress has seen the Norman invasion, the slums of the Victorian era, and the recent developments that have helped Newcastle become the thriving place it is today. Bamberg Castle. Northumberland has more castles than any other English region due to the military past of the area. The most romantic is Bamberg, seat of the former kings of Northumbria, which have survived Viking invasions and battles. The castle sits on the striking coastline overlooking the dramatic Farne Islands. Auckland Castle. Discover stories of the prince bishops of Durham, men of great power, wealth, and faith, who for centuries were equal in power to the kings of England. This place was their home and hunting lodge.
The Harry Potter castle is cool.
I bet.
We did a whole 2-3 day tour of Harry Potter locations from England up to Scotland, and I was in my element. I loved it.
Oh, cool. Have you been to the Disney World one? Harry
No,
Potter?
no, that's Universal, right?
No, Universal, yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't been down there. I've actually never been to Universal, so I need to catch up on that training and get some tickets and actually go.
Okay. Wow, how cool. All right, cathedrals and abbeys. York Minster. In the heart of it all rises a huge and breathtaking York Minster, the largest Gothic cathedral in England, home to excavated Roman barracks, priceless treasures, and the world's biggest medieval stained glass windows. Liverpool Cathedral. Liverpool Anglican Cathedral is one of Britain's biggest cathedrals and took 74 years to build, from the foundation stone being laid in 1904. For great views of the city, especially at night, climb the cathedral tower. Whitby Abbey in North Yorkshire. Whitby is most famous for its 13th century Whitby Abbey, thought to be the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula. It sits high up on cliff headlands overlooking the North Sea. Lindisfarne Priory sits on Holy Island and is a great family day out in Northumberland, reached by causeway at low tide. The peaceful atmosphere and beautiful views make a visit well worth the effort. Oh, my phone's just being off the hook. All right, Hadrian's Wall. Discover Hadrian's Wall, part of the northern frontier of Roman Empire and the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Starting in Newcastle and finishing in Carlisle, the impressive 129-kilometer stone construction can be followed on foot or road. Fountain Abbey. In Knaresborough, you will find Fountains Abbey and Studley Royal Water Gardens. The UNESCO listed site is the largest and best preserved monastic ruins in the country. Under the high arches and vast roofless remains, you can imagine the whispered prayers and chanting of the monks that lived here in the 12th century. The abbey itself was once one of the largest monasteries in Europe before Henry VIII left it to ruin. Durham Cathedral and Castle. Whether you arrive into Durham City by road or rail, your first sight of its cathedral and castle, standing proud above the medieval city, will awe and impress. A scenic walk from the station takes you to some of the first UNESCO World Heritage Sites to be designated in Britain. Liverpool Docks. The Albert Dock is one of the country's top heritage attractions, home to award-winning visitor attractions, the Beatles Story, International Slavery Museum, Merseyside Maritime Museum, the Art Gallery Tate Liverpool, and Modern Museum of Liverpool. Saltaire in Yorkshire near Bradford, the village of Saltaire is a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. Founded by Sir Titus Salt, a leading industrialist in the Yorkshire woolen industry. The salt mill at the heart of the village now houses 1853 Gallery, the UK's only permanent David Hockney gallery. All right, and then stately homes and gardens. Chatsworth House with its pale golden walls are a magnificent sight as you approach from the path inside. There are over 30 beautifully decorated rooms to explore, as well as the Devonshire Collection, one of Europe's most important art collections. Harwood House has penguins and flamingos roaming the landscape grounds of this grand country home. The elegant Georgian stately rooms have Renaissance paintings, 4-poster beds, and a fine collection of Savar china. Discover the waterfall and stepping stones of its Himalayan garden. Tatton Park. Tatton Park is a grand estate set in 50 acres of landscape, gardens, and parkland in northern England. The furnished mansion reveals centuries of history to visitors. Walk around Tatton's beautiful gardens, which include a working kitchen garden, the Japanese gardens, and meet rare breed animals at the working farm. Castle Howard. Castle Howard is one of the top historic houses in Britain. This magnificent 18th century stately home sits in 1,000 acres of estate grounds in the heart of North Yorkshire. Take a leisurely walk through the English gardens and parkland or head indoors to look at valuable antiques. All right, guys, almost done. All right, two more. Let's get it done. Modern North. Let's hope it's quick. Quick. 2, cool. Leeds. The restored Victoria Quarter in Leeds has become a stylish and fashionable with the presence of Harvey Nichols and Louis Vuitton stores. The stained glass roof, which runs the length of the Queen Victorian Street, is the largest stained glass window in Britain. It was at Kirkgate Market next to the Victoria Quarter that high street shops Marks and Spencer began as a penny bazaar in 1884. You can still visit the Victorian style store at the indoor market. Manchester Arndale is one of Britain's largest city center shopping areas, and the Into Trafford Centre hosts high fashion stores such as Selfridges in an indoor venue with granite and marble boulevards. In Spinning Fields, okay, the newly developed business district. The Avenue is Manchester's luxury retail quarter. Independent boutique stores can be discovered in the northern quarter. Liverpool, one of the largest open-air shopping center in Britain, enjoys late night opening and a wide range of shops from high street chains to unique independent outlets. And then York, the Shambles in York City is a picturesque shopping destination. It has a quaint flagstoned avenue with timber framed houses dating from the 15th century. Most properties still have exterior wooden shelves, which are reminders of when items were served from the open windows. Today, the beautifully restored buildings house a mix of shops and places to eat. And then Chester provides an adventurous way to shop with the unique 2-tiered black and white clad medieval galleries known as the Rose. Today, the galleries offer an eclectic range of designer boutiques, restaurants, and tea rooms. That sounds kind of cool. Did you go to Chester?
No, I didn't get a chance to go.
Okay. All right, and then Bradford, the National Media Museum is a fabulous free museum in Bradford, itself a UNESCO city of film, devoted to film, photography, TV, radio, gaming, and the web. Every aspect of the media world is explored through popular photography, interactive displays of the past, present, and future of television, adventures in light, lenses, and color, explorations into the world of animation and gaming in the games lounge. The Hole's most popular attraction alongside the quayside underwater aquarium called the Deep. The building stands out by the river Humber like a big shark fin. From here, walk along the waterfront to the old fruit market, the focal point for Hull's independent and bohemian quarter of cafes, clubs, and artist studios. Manchester's waterfront destination, the Quays incorporates attractions as diverse as the Laurie Art Center, Imperial War Museum, north of BBC's tour of Media City, UK. The former inland port is now home to a vibrant visitor experience, a world away from the industrial scenes painted by the local artist Ellis Laurie. The Quays are close by to Old Trafford, home to Manchester United Football Club, where you can take a stadium tour of the Theatre of Dreams. And then you have Newcastle. Newcastle Quayside forms the city's most fashionable district and is packed with cultural venues to watch a show or concert. The river views are populated by the 7 bridges of the city, including the iconic Tyne Bridge. On one bank is the Sage Gateshead, one of the world's premier music venues, while on the opposite sits the Baltic Center for Contemporary Art, housed in a towering former flour mill. Then you have Liverpool. The diverse docks on Liverpool's waterfront offers everything from a sing-along in the Beatles story to a quiet riverside stroll. Here you will see magnificent architecture of the famous Three Graces, enjoy world-class contemporary art at Tate Liverpool, explore the Merseyside Maritime Museum, visit the International Slavery Museum and the recently opened Museum of Liverpool. And then Leeds, a fast-moving area of northern England. It's a world of riverside restaurants, classical art, and grand architecture. Sip local beers in its Elizabethan alehouses, eat in Michelin star, the man behind the curtain, and shop among the mosaic floors of the Victoria Quarter. All right, and now getting around northern England. Last one. Woo! Let's go, guys. All right, around northern England. Manchester to Liverpool. Liverpool Lime Street to Manchester takes about 30 minutes by train. Manchester to York takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes. York to Newcastle, 1 hour by train. Newcastle to Carlisle, 1 hour and 30 minutes by train, and then Leeds to York takes 20 minutes. So York is 20 minutes, Liverpool 30 minutes. You guys got that? I'll take a picture just in case. Da-da-da. Okay.
And train is the easiest way to get around. I flew into Heathrow Airport and took the train everywhere else.
Perfect. Is it pretty reasonable too?
Yeah, they have something called the Rail Pass.
Okay.
And that is for travel from city to city. Plus, when you get into a city, obviously like London, you have the tube, and those passes are so easy and cheap to get. And all you have to do is pick by region or zone, and you're good to go for however many days you're going to be there.
Oh, okay. All right, so train to York, London King's Cross to York is 2 hours. Train to Manchester, London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly, 2 hours. Train to Liverpool, London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street, 2 hours and 10 minutes. And then train to Newcastle, London King's Cross to Newcastle, 3 hours. Did you know Visit Britain offers an easy way to book train tickets with BritRail? You can find ticket options at the Visit Britain shop at www.visitbritainshop. Woo, okay, let's see. Do we get to take the assessment now? Anybody ready for a test? You guys awake? And in England said it was awesome. Nice, John. Okay, cool. All right, let's take the assessment. Get your thinking caps on, guys. Do, 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 do. This takes forever. It's like, wow. All
No,
right.
the website's pretty slow. I'm
I
surprised.
know. All right, so assessment, start the course. Tell us what you know. 15 questions. What is the name of the UNESCO World Heritage Site built by the Romans to defend England? Is that Hadrian's Wall?
Yes.
Yay. Where would you find the world's first tilting bridge?
I want to say Newcastle, but I'm not sure.
Anybody know? Google is your friend. World's first tilting bridge. Gateshead Millennium Bridge.
If it's Gateshead, then that would be Newcastle for sure.
Okay. See, you were right.
Yay.
Hayworth Village, the home to the famous Bronte sisters, can be found in which national park? The Yorkshire Dales?
I think it's Yorkshire.
Which one though?
Think.
Let's see. Hayworth Village is located where? You guys know? Yorkshire. John's saying Yorkshire, right? But which one?
The Dales or the Moors? Oh, goodness.
West Yorkshire. No. Hayworth map.
National.
Yorkshire Dales. Let's try that. Oh, thank you, John. In which city can you find the National Football Museum?
Manchester.
Manchester, England.
Yeah, if you're a football fan or slash soccer fan and you don't know that, you should not be going to Manchester.
What about the Pendle Witches Trail? Is that Blackpool?
Pendle, was that Lancaster? Yeah. Or were they just tried at Lancaster Castle?
Lancaster.
Okay, John says Lancaster, so
Thank
yeah.
you. Which destination is best known for its history with chocolate?
York.
Where can you find the medieval galleries with the range of shops called the Rose? That was the cool one, Chester, right?
Yeah, I think that was Chester.
In which national park can you find the Hilltop, the home of the famous author Beatrix Potter?
I know it was called Windermere, I think, but that's not the name of the place where it is.
Where did Beatrix Potter live? In the Lakes District. Where can you see the illuminations? Is that Blackpool?
Yes. Yeah. Because everything along both sides of the river lights up.
Okay. How long does it take to travel by train from York to London King's Cross? Okay, I took a picture of that.
I think that was 2 hours.
2 hours.
Mhm.
Let's see. So is London to, what was it? London, King's Cross to York?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 2 hours. Five more. Hey, Christine, I don't hear you much. Which destination is the UNESCO City of Film?
That's Bradford.
Bradford. Where is the European City of Culture in 2017? Hull. Anybody?
I don't remember.
Let's see.
Hull might be right.
Let me check. Where is the European City of Culture for 2017? Newcastle, Manchester, St. Paphos. Paphos? That's not in here. European capital, okay. European City of Culture. Where is the European City of Culture? Kingston. Is Kingston here? Upon Hull. Yep, we'll do that. Okay, let's try Hull. Which castle was the setting of Hogsworth School in the Harry Potter's film?
Alnwick.
What is it? Alnwick?
Yep.
Thank you. Which city can you find the three Graces?
I think that's Liverpool.
And one more. Which is the largest international airport in north of England? Manchester. Anybody?
I don't remember.
Largest airport in north of England. Google's your friend. Manchester.
Okay, John says Manchester. Yeah.
Manchester, England, across the Atlantic Sea. And I'm a genius. Yay! Woohoo! We passed, guys. Did you guys get your passing? Anybody have any questions? Did everybody pass? Thule, Christine? Oh my gosh. So congratulations. Do you guys want to do one more?
I'm good for another one.
Okay. Also, again, guys, let me know. We don't have very many people on here. Do you want to try something else next Friday, or do we want to keep going on with this? You guys let me know. I don't know if people just weren't interested in Britain or what, but oh, this is going to be fun, the Loch Ness one. Anybody want to read?
I can read.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, 6 courses about this course.
All right. Welcome to Inverness and Loch Ness, much more than a monster. Explore the great outdoors, cruise on Loch Ness, enjoy a romantic or city break, and experience new activities. From stunning scenery to kilted pipers and classic malts, Inverness Loch Ness represents everything that is iconic about Scotland. Discover a destination where castles and battlefield vie with monsters and dolphins in the heart of the Highlands. The city of Inverness in the Highlands of Scotland and its most famous neighbor, Loch Ness, together present one of the most popular UK holiday destinations. Visit Inverness Loch Ness offers potential visitors a comprehensive resource for planning and booking holidays and short visits to this beautiful part of Scotland and an insight into the rich history and culture of the area. See the wide selection of quality city, country, and lochside accommodation, cottages, hotels, bed and breakfast, camping, and hostels. Camping is really fun, by the way. We did that.
Okay.
There's an abundance of things to see and places to visit in the area. There's something exciting here to suit people from all walks of life, and our events calendar is always full with a diverse range of events and festivals, from Highland Games to music festivals.
Yay, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I have to say Scotland is my favorite out of the UK.
Okay,
It really is.
love
Okay,
to go there. Bucket list. John, we
absolutely.
don't know yet. We'll look and see after we're done with this.
Okay, right. If you need reassuring about the weather in Inverness, discover some surprising facts about the weather and climate of the region. Few people realize that Inverness is actually one of the driest areas of Scotland, with just under 900 millimeters, I guess, of rain average per year, with October, November, and December being the wettest months, and February and April being the driest. The best months to visit the area are May and September. The sun does shine, it does rain, and it does snow, sometimes all on the same day. That is true. That happened in July when I was
Oh my
there.
gosh.
This is all part of the Highland experience. Come prepared and you can have the time of your life any time of year. Choose low season and you will have more choice of accommodation. July is the hottest month in Inverness with an average temperature of 14 degrees Celsius, so that's 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And the coldest is January of 4 degrees Celsius, that's 39 degrees Fahrenheit, with the most daily sunshine hours at 5 in June. However, the area does have the longest daylight hours in the UK. The wettest month is January with an average of 50 millimeters of rain. But remember, at altitude, it falls as snow. It rains an average of 143 days per year. Did you know that Inverness receives half as much rain as Fort William, just 66 miles southwest of Inverness, which has over 1,800 millimeters a year?
Cool.
So basically, it doesn't rain all the time, like the stereotype
Uh,
says about the UK. You get clouds more often than not, than anything else.
okay. All right. Flying.
Okay. Inverness Airport is located a short drive from the city center and is the main entry point for visitors. During summer, it receives daily direct services from Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, with an additional 6 services per week in winter. Summertime direct flights also arrive from Zurich, with winter connections to Dublin daily and Geneva weekly. Frequent bus services depart from outside the airport terminal to central Inverness. From there, services access the remainder of the region. You can use travellinescotland.com's journey planner tool to plot your route. Domestically, a new daily British Airways service from Heathrow, which started in May 2016. Direct flights to Inverness with EasyJet are available year-round from London Gatwick, London Luton, Manchester, all daily, Birmingham 6 days a week, not Saturdays, Bristol 4 days a week, and Belfast City 3 days a week. Summertime services also depart daily from Jersey in the Channel Islands. Those are close to France, by the way. Within Scotland, flights link to the island airports of Stornoway 6 days a week, not Saturdays, and Benbecula, Outer Hebrides in the west, and Kirkwall, Orkney, and Sunburg, Shetland, all 5 days a week, not weekends, to the north. All domestic service takes under 2 hours.
Nice.
Okay. Take the train, which is what I highly recommend. You see way more than you
Okay.
would in an airplane. Centrally located in the city center, Inverness Railway Station receives direct fast services from Glasgow, Queen Street, Edinburgh, Waverley, both 3.5 hours, and London Euston, 8 hours. There are also regular links north to Thurso, east to Aberdeen, and west on the scenic route to Kyle of Lachalsh, gateway to the Isle of Skye. Why not arrive into Inverness in style by taking the overnight Caledonian sleeper train directly from London Euston, which runs 6 nights a week. 6 nights a week in both directions. It takes about 12 hours and 30 minutes. It can be cheaper, more convenient, and more environmentally friendly to take the train to Inverness from London rather than flying, not to mention the romance of traveling to the Highlands of Scotland by sleeper train.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
The A9 is the main access road for those driving up from Edinburgh, and the A82 from Glasgow along Loch Ness's flanks, with the A1 linking Edinburgh to London. After Inverness, the A9 carries on northwards to Thurso. while the A96 serves Aberdeen and the A87 connects to Skye and the West Coast. Megabus and National Express both run long-distance coach services to Inverness from London, some of them overnight. All arrive at the city centre Farrelline Park bus station, from which routes depart to other Scottish destinations. Numerous companies offer car hire both at Inverness Airport and in the city. Driving through Scotland's spectacular scenery is a giddy pleasure. Among the region's best routes is the B852, which hugs the south side of Loch Ness and links picturesque villages. Motorbikes may also be hired. The North Coast 500 driving route also begins and ends in Inverness. It brings together a route of 500 miles of breathtaking coastal scenery following the main roads across the coastal edges of the North Highlands. Inverness Taxis operates licensed taxi ranks at Inverness's airport and train station and offers an additional range of chauffeur-driven tours, including ones with wheelchair access.
That's beautiful. All right. History, myth, and legends. This is going to be interesting.
I think they talk about Nessie here.
Okay.
They should. Okay. From bloody battles to the first Loch Ness monster sighting, the history of Inverness, Loch Ness, and the surrounding region is a fascinating and varied one. Step back in time to explore Highland heritage at these great attractions. Urquhart Castle has prime position right on the banks of Loch Ness. The visitor center brings the castle's past to life through its exhibition, audiovisual display, and showcase of medieval treasures that were found at the castle. The Grant Tower has beautiful views over the loch. More views can be enjoyed from the on-site cafe. Inverness Castle's turrets and towers rise up from, rise up from a hill above the city center and overlook the River Ness. The 19th century baronial design replaced the medieval version that stood before it, which was blown up in 1746 by the Jacobites. Today, the castle houses a working court, so you can't go inside. However, you can visit the surrounding gardens, which offer lovely views. From Easter 2017, visitors will be able to scale the North Tower and see a sweeping panorama over the whole city. Cawdor Castle was built in the 14th century, and the Cawdor family still lives there to this day. Explore living history at this magnificent attraction filled with things to see. Fine portraits, beautiful tapestries, stunning gardens, as well as things to do. Every summer, the castle's gardens host Shakespeare plays performed by touring theater companies such as the Lord Chamberlain's Men, the name of the original company the bard himself wrote for. Okay. Discover moving and insightful historic tales from the staff at the Culloden Battlefield and Visitor Center. Visit the sober moorland where the 68-minute battle took place and learn all about it at the impressive Visitor Center, where you can take part in a living history presentation that brings the battle to life. Fort George, the impregnable fortress that was built in the wake of the famed battle of 1746 as a base for King George II's army. By the time it was finished 21 years after building began, the Jacobite threat had almost completely disappeared. The Regimental Museum of the Highlanders, Seaforths, and Camerons is there today, housing probably the largest regimental display outside London. Fort George will form a spectacular backdrop to the Highland military tattoo, an extravaganza of fireworks, flypasts, piping, and more. Arrive at sunset or sunrise to see Clava Cairns, the sacred prehistoric site that draws fans of the TV series Outlander as much as history buffs and romantic wanderers. Dominated by three well-preserved burial cairns, each enclosed by stone circles and located in a small wood, the site is fairly mysterious to historians. Clava is thought to have inspired the fictional Craigna Dún in the Outlander books and TV series. At the Clansman Center in Fort Augustus, you can immerse yourself in 17th century Highland life by learning to put on a plaid, an early version of the kilt, and finding out how the claymore, a Highland sword, was made and used. You can even buy yourself a Braveheart sword should yours need replacing. Caledonian Canal was designed and built by notable engineer Thomas Telford, opening in 1822 and covering 22 miles with a grand total of 29 locks. Queen Victoria took a trip up the canal in 1873, and it still serves as a gentle and scenic way to explore the Highlands, learn about its history, and see photos of the construction in action at the small but informative visitor center.
Yay.
Okay, here's Nessie. So she's real. The most famous mystery about Loch Ness surrounds the phenomenon of an enormous creature that is believed to live in the water, known universally as the Loch Ness Monster, or Nessie as she's affectionately known. The first recorded sighting of the monster was in 565 AD, when it is said to have snatched up and eaten a local farmer before being forced back into the waters by Saint Columba. Over the years, rumors spread far and wide about strange events at Loch Ness. Some believe that ancient Scottish myths about water creatures like kelpies and the Uis, I always say that wrong, meaning water horse, contributed to the notion of a creature living in the depths of Loch Ness. To this day, there is no conclusive proof to suggest that the monster is a reality. However, many respectable and responsible observers have been utterly convinced they have seen a huge creature in the water. Whatever the truth, it's always worth a trip to Loch Ness to see for yourself. There are companies around the loch that are more than willing and capable of offering you differing views about the Loch Ness Monster. Since an article published in 1933 wrote of a strange spectacle on Loch Ness, more specifically a creature that was rolling and plunging for fully a minute, its body resembling that of a whale and the water cascading and churning like a simmering cauldron, it's been impossible to say the words Loch Ness without immediately thinking monster. At the Loch Ness Center, an exhibition traveled through 7 themed rooms, tracing the mystery as far back as 500 million years. Surely as much a part of the Loch Ness Monster story as Nessie herself. For some reason, the common belief is that the creature is female. Steve Feltman, known as the Nessie Hunter, has devoted himself to spotting the Loch Ness Monster since 1991. His base is a camper van near the Doors Inn pub on the loch's southern shore, and from there he sells Nessie products and dispenses Nessie lore to those interested in finding out about his research over 25 years.
That's kind of cool, has his own little shop. Did you visit that?
We didn't visit the shop. We went camping nearby Loch Ness. I can't remember the area off the top of my head. It was 7 years ago. But it was absolutely beautiful. And I'm not a camper, and I had the time of my life.
How long did you go for?
We were up there for 4 days.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Walking through Scotland's Great Glen from Inverness to Fort William is one of the most rewarding experiences in the world. Walks are many and varied, offering visitors spectacular scenery even on short walks. The mountain scenery of the Scottish Highlands may be a surprising setting for a gentle canal walk, but thanks to an ancient fault line in the Caledonian Canal, runs almost directly from southwest to northeast. Long distance trails run the entire length of the Great Glen and on both sides of Loch Ness, so circumnavigating Loch Ness entirely on waymarked trails is now almost possible. Why not try one of the local trails, the Great Glen Way or the South Loch Ness Trail? The Great Glen Way, in here, you can find some of Scotland's most dramatic scenery along the way. At 73 miles, it follows the entire length of the Great Glen from Fort William in the south up to Inverness in the north, approximately 5 to 6 days walking. Those wishing to cycle can hire bikes at Fort William and drop off at Inverness or vice versa. The South Loch Ness Trail, the southern side of Loch Ness, tends to be less busy than the north, making the South Loch Ness Trail an enticing option on foot, bicycle, or even horseback. It covers 28 miles, starting at Loch Tariff near Fort Augustus and going to Torbreck near Inverness. The circular walk around Loch Affric is a satisfying 11-mile day out among pinewood and moorland, with show-stopping views of the mountains above. Not really a hiking, boots, and backpack person, enjoy a gentle stroll or morning run around the Ness Islands, a pretty park in the middle of the River Ness and connected to land by suspension bridges. You can pop into the lovely Botanic Gardens and St. Andrew's Cathedral on your way. Alternatively, discover the region on horseback with group or private tours and lessons ranging from 1 hour to 3 days.
Geez, I need to become rich so I can travel all over.
Same here. Okay. Cycling. Bring your mountain bike, hybrid, or road bike to the Highlands, or hire one locally and indulge in exactly the type of cycling that you enjoy most. You don't all need to face the challenge of the Great Glen Cycleway or the South Loch Ness Trail. There are many alternatives on quiet roads and canal towpaths to enjoy more off the beaten track, relatively level cycling routes. One of the best ways of appreciating the wonders of Loch Ness is from the water. Pleasure cruises and boat trips operate all year. Boating holidays, too, are very popular, and every season it has its special moments. Loch Ness by Jacobite Cruises and Tours will take you on a journey of discovery as you soak up the scenery, historic monuments, and intriguing tales surrounding our mysterious monster, ancient Urquhart Castle and the Caledonian Canal in the heart of Scotland's Great Glen. Departing from Fort Augustus at the southern end of Loch Ness, Cruise Loch Ness offers a range of tours on the loch. With 4 ultimate Loch Ness RIB experiences on offer, get ready for an inspiring mix of full-on thrill ride, history, and nature, all delivered expertly by our knowledgeable and slightly wacky skippers. For a unique Loch Ness experience, try walking on the water in a giant inflatable Zorb ball, or experience the waterfalls and rapids on the River Garry. The Great Glen Canoe Trail is 60 miles long through the Highland Great Glen and the entire length of Loch Ness. Paddle through some of the most dramatic and inspiring country in the whole of Scotland, from Fort William in the west to Inverness in the east. Generally, it takes 3 to 5 days to canoe the trail, depending on a number of factors like fitness, type of craft, and group size. You are able to rent canoes through Boots and Paddles.
Cool. All right.
Fishing. The Inverness and Loch Ness area is an angler's paradise with easily accessible game fishing for salmon, sea trout, and brown trout in rivers and lochs set amidst stunning scenery. Golf. Of course, there's golf in Scotland. Scotland is, of course, the home of golf, and this Highland region offers great places to tee off. Start with championship link courses at Castle Stewart, which hosted the Scottish Open in 2016, overlooking the Moray Firth and with clear views of iconic Inverness Shire landmarks like Kessock Bridge, Shaunery Lighthouse, and Fort George. It's one of the country's most spectacular courses. Inverness Golf Course is a tree-lined parkland course that offers golfers of all abilities an excellent challenge. There are lush fairways, generous, well-manicured greens, as well as some deep bunkers that you should avoid. After your round, you can enjoy a refreshing drink and appetizing meal in their comfortable elevated lounge bar, which boasts magnificent views over the course and surrounding area. Eden Court was opened in 1976 with a design that was strikingly modern for the time. It remains the only large-scale theater in the Highlands and one of Scotland's biggest and best art venues. Its horseshoe-shaped auditorium seats 830. So popular was Eden Court, it had to grow bigger to accommodate the many visitors hungry for art, theater, ballet, and cinema, and the venue expanded in 2007. The Inverness Museum and Art Gallery was founded at the foot of Castle Hill in 1880 and was extensively refurbished in 2008 to offer new displays and better show off its collection of historic weapons, Pictish stones, and exhibitions of contemporary Highland arts and crafts. Flair is a family-run gallery that specializes in Edwardian and Victorian art located in central Inverness. For a taste of something contemporary, head just outside Inverness to Kilmarnock Gallery, a buzzing art space in a converted 18th century church that draws interesting artists to exhibit and curious art aficionados to admire and buy. It's scenically located 13 miles west of Inverness by road. Gallantry and romance, brave deeds on the field of battle, stirring and tragic stories of the clans, all are woven into the tartans often brilliant but sometimes somber hues. Although a form of kilt can be tracked back to the Romans and their legions, Scotland is now the only country in the world where men wear such national dress as part of their daily lives. Discover the history of the tartan and how kilts were made and worn at Chisholm's Kilt Makers. There we go. The Inverness Highland Games offer the chance to immerse yourself in Scottish culture, from bagpiping to a mass Highland fling. Supporting events include Scots Hammer, tossing the caber, and the tug of war. Held at Fort George, Britain's largest military fort, half an hour's drive from Inverness, the Highland Military Tattoo is an annual pageant is a show of military muscle and culture with musical highlights including military pipe and Clyda bands, hymns, and soloists.
Very good.
Whew. I need to brush up on my Celtic language because I can't pronounce half these things.
All right.
Maybe I was good at it because we just spent the whole time drinking over there too.
So look, it says, well done, you passed this module, okay. You have successfully completed the ticked lessons. All right. Does yours all say that? Are you okay to still read?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Wildlife encounters. We're almost done, guys.
There are several dolphin tour companies that offer trips onto the Moray Firth around the region, but the easiest and cheapest way to have a chance of seeing the dolphins is to go to Shonbury Point on Black Isle. Glen Affric is home to flora and faunas unique to the pine forest. The best time of year to see them is autumn, when the glen is ablaze with red and orange leaves. Here and elsewhere in the region, you're likely to spot red deer, red squirrels, stoats, weasels, and pine martens, alongside insects, dragonflies, lizards, and birds, including golden eagles, osprey, and buzzards, and the rare grouse. The capercaillie, don't know what that is. Anyway, within Glen Affric, local conservation projects are working to restore the ancient Caledonian forest, a native Scotch pine woodland, with the aim of providing a balanced and sustainable natural ecosystem. The River Foyers drops a spectacular 140 feet into the gorge known as the Falls of Foyers, and then runs into Loch Ness. In 1787, Robert Burns wrote a poem about the Falls of Foyers, describing the river with lines that include as high in air the bursting torrents flow, and still below the horrid cauldron boils.
Cool. I don't know why it keeps coming up saying I'm taking the test. Like, okay, you can pass me on the test. All right, food and drink. And then two more, and then we get a review.
Yay.
All right, food and drink.
Okay. The Highlands of Scotland are a wonderful gourmet's paradise where top-rated pubs and restaurants can be found everywhere you go. From a backstreet bistro in the Highland hub Inverness to the remotest villages around Loch Ness, you will unexpectedly come across a place where traditional Scottish food cooked in the traditional way will delight your palate. There are local breweries and distillers offering beers and spirits, many of which you will not find outside the Highlands. And the local home baking is legendary. Like all great recipes, these elements all combine to provide you with a dining experience you will never forget. Loch Ness and Inverness restaurants offer everything from fine dining at a 5-star hotel to afternoon tea and fun family meals. Okay. Fine dining. One of the best restaurants in Inverness, Rockpool, is a sleek and modern riverside restaurant with glass-fronted windows that look out to Inverness Castle. The food and service match up to the excellent views with a creative changing menu that utilizes the best Scottish ingredients. Another classy choice is Chez Roux at the Rockpool Reserve Hotel. Chef Albert Roux is famous in the culinary world and marries his culinary flair with local produce, creating an unforgettable fine dining experience. From sushi to Italian, Asian to brasserie, sure, and local cuisines, there are plenty of restaurants in Inverness that offer fantastic quality and remain easily affordable. The Boathouse restaurant in Fort Augustus is now the perfect place to come for a relaxed, family-friendly atmosphere, good food, and a stunning setting, serving tasty food in a spectacular location on the shores of Loch Ness.
Yay. Making me hungry.
I know it's 5:45 here. It's past my dinner time. Expect a warm and friendly welcome at Cameron's Tea Room and Farm Shop in foyers with a wide range of home baking and a soup of the day prepared daily. From here, you can really relax and look out at the wonderful scenery and also at the magnificent pedigree herd of Highland cattle. Foyers, stores, and Waterfall Cafe are to be found on the south side of Loch Ness next to the famous Falls of Foyers. This hidden Highland gem is a place of peace and tranquility, home to outstanding scenery and an abundance of wildlife, flora, and fauna. Red squirrels can often be seen in the wooded area opposite the shop and cafe.
Right, pubs and beers.
This is where we were, my group was the whole time, in the pub. There are plenty of pubs to fuel up at with hearty meals and your choice of a whiskey or beer. The only pub on the shores of Loch Ness, the Doors Inn, is a charming and traditional country pub with delicious food, real ales on tap, and paintings by local artists on the walls. The Loch Ness Inn is a small hotel and restaurant located between Drumnadrocht and Urquhart Castle. The Lewiston restaurant offers food and drink all day, inside or out. House specialties include their famous Applecross Bay prawns and unusual haggis bobbati. With locally sourced ingredients on the seasonal specials board, there is sure to be the perfect dish for everyone who visits.
Right, last one.
Ski. Explore our distillery and learn how we produce our award-winning whiskeys. You will learn about the unique legacy of Tomatin, which, having started in 1897, is the driving force for the company today. Finish up with 3 of our Tomatin single malts, each revealing why we are the softer side of the Highlands. The Tomatin distillery lies just 16 miles south of Inverness and 15 miles north of Aviemore on the A9. No trip to the Highlands is complete without a visit to the picturesque Glen Ord distillery. Watch the distillers at work creating a magical malt whiskey, which is sweet, malty, and dry on the palate. Situated on the edge of the Black Isle west of Inverness, Glen Ord continues to malt its own barley and to use the long fermentation and slow distillation methods followed there for generations.
Right. I think we have one more. Accommodations. Thanks, guys, for sticking it out. Oh, 8.
Okay. When it comes to accommodation, Inverness and Loch Ness has a great selection of places to stay to suit every taste and every budget for long or short breaks. From cozy guest houses and cottages off the beaten track to historic country house hotels, you'll find a wide choice of accommodation. Discover more places to stay using Visit Inverness Loch Ness accommodation listings. And that's something that's good about Brit Agent. Like, it kind of gives you a backdoor list of all the vendors that they suggest using with their phone numbers, their websites, and everything like that. So if you had someone interested in this area, you wouldn't have to research too hard. You could just log back in and pull up the information.
Okay, great. Thank you.
The Loch Ness Inverness region has a wide variety of modern and traditional hotels in Inverness and a varied choice of Loch Ness hotels, mostly small countryside hotels suitable for all tastes and offering all the facilities you would expect across all price ranges. Top-end luxury offerings include Achnagarn Hotel, a stunning castle hotel in a beautiful estate of 30 acres, only 7 miles from Inverness City Center, that can be hired for exclusive use. The historic King's Mills Hotel was a favorite of the renowned poet Robert Burns and displays a letter from the poet to the hotel in the reception area. Parts of the hotel date from 1785, and the location offers a large events and function suite. Alternatively, wrap yourself in luxury at the boutique hotel, bar, and restaurant at the 11-roomed Rockpool Reserve.
Oh. Thanks, John. You're the best. He already took the test once.
Awesome. Well, we'll have to rely on my Swiss cheese brain to try to remember all this. Okay. There are a range of comfortable and affordable hotels situated across the Loch Ness Inverness region to suit all tastes and budgets. Options range from small 3-star family-run hotels such as the Caledonian Hotel in Fort Augustus to the 118-room on offer at the Jury's Inn just outside central Inverness. Hunt for the Loch Ness Monster by staying at the 56-roomed Loch Ness Lodge Hotel near the water's edge at Drumnadrock.
That would be fun.
Sit there with like binoculars and
Yeah.
just watch. Okay. Wake up with wildlife on your doorstep. From the eco-friendly award-winning camping at Loch Ness Shores to Canna Camping and Caravan Park. I think that's where we were. Canna Camping and Caravan Park.
Okay.
A scenic family-run site at the head of the Glen Affric National Nature Reserve. This is an area to get in touch with your natural side. For those wishing to camp within touching distance of Inverness Center, McDonald's Bucked Caravan Park offers 120 pitches within 15 minutes walking of the city.
Cool.
Okay, self-catering. Enjoy self-catering holidays today in one of a range of luxury cottages, lodges, log cabins, chalets, or apartments in either town or country. Located in between the serene beauty of Glen Affric and Glen Strathfarrar, the finest remaining stands of pristine Caledonian pine forest wilderness in Scotland. Eagle Brae is a luxury self-catering eco-resort like no other. Wildside Lodges offer a choice of 7 categories of lodge accommodating 1 to 6 people on the quiet and beautiful south side of Loch Ness. Okay, B&Bs and guest houses. Bed and breakfast and guest houses are a very popular tourist accommodation option, especially convenient for people on the move. Inverness has a good selection of B&Bs and guest houses open throughout the year. B&Bs around Loch Ness are more scattered, so be sure to check the map when booking accommodation. It is important to book ahead as many bed and breakfast establishments become fully booked well in advance, especially in the summer season. Some examples of just a few local B&Bs are, oh goodness, Balak La Deck, a family-friendly, so sorry about that, a family-friendly bed and breakfast accommodation beautifully located on the southern shore of Loch Ness. The Inverglen Guest House, regularly rated the best bed and breakfast business in Inverness and one of the best in the whole of the Scottish Highlands by TripAdvisor users. In 2015, they made the final 3 of the Highlands and Islands Tourism Awards in the most hospitable bed and breakfast or guest house category. Devoit Lodge is a 5-star luxury bed and breakfast located 10 minutes drive from the center of Inverness. We are rated 5 gold stars from the Scottish Tourist Board and excellent from TripAdvisor.
Nice.
Okay. Overnighting in a hostel is the perfect option for budget-conscious individuals, families, or groups. Each hostel has its own unique character and enviable location, from traditional bunkhouses to lively city hostels to cozy country lodgings. Offering both dorms and private rooms, you will find great shared facilities such as self-catering kitchens, drying rooms, outdoor equipment storage, and some even have fully serviced on-site cafes and bars. The sociable nature of hostels, with their relaxed and informal atmosphere, plus friendly and welcoming staff, all ensure guests have a unique overnight experience with the chance to meet like-minded adventurers. The Scottish Youth Hostel Association and Bazpackers Hostel are 2 centrally located hostels in Inverness City Centre. Outside of the city, Morrigs Lodge is a top quality 4-star hostel located on the Great Glen Way in Fort Augustus, just a short walk from the banks of Loch Ness. Surrounded by stunning mountain scenery and set in wooded grounds, this is the perfect budget accommodation option in the hub of the Highlands.
Have you guys ever stayed in a hostel?
I stayed in one in Dublin, right in Temple Bar.
Uh-huh.
And I had wished I had been like 10 years younger because all I could think of was please go to sleep. Please go to sleep. And I was like, I should have did this when I was 18.
Okay.
But it was nice though. It was nice. They had a place for you to lock up your luggage and everything like that. I didn't have a problem with it, except I was too old. Okay. Boats. Boating holidays have become very popular in recent years, and deservedly so. Modern boat facilities are fantastic, and the number of options for taking this type of holiday are now more than ever. You can choose from a week on a luxury barge to family cabin cruiser hire on Loch Ness and the Caledonian Canal.
All right.
Whew.
Time for a test, and thank you, John. Did you find out what benefits we get when we finish these? No, we'll look when we get done. No, okay, we'll look. All right, so the review. Loch Ness, close to the Highland city of Inverness, is one of the most popular UK holiday destinations. We offer a wide selection of quality accommodation from both city and country cottages, hotels, bed and breakfast, camping. You can even hire a castle. There's a lot of things to see and do to make a great family holiday. Castle visits, golf, fishing, hiking, and activity holidays, all in one fabulous destination. Inverness is a city oasis surrounded by the most magnificent highland countryside of lochs, heather moors, and hills. The central location of Loch Ness makes it the perfect destination for holidays in the Scottish Highlands. At the loch itself, of course, there's always a chance to glimpse Nessie, the world famous Loch Ness monster. Inverness is enviously served with first-class transport links from the UK and the continent, and an ideal destination for corporate functions and business conferences. Get all up-to-date news and views from around Inverness Loch Ness by signing up to the Visit Inverness Loch Ness monthly newsletter. I'll have to do that. Take a picture. Boop. All right. So Tuli and Christine, are you guys awake? We're gonna take our test now.
Yes, we're still here.
All right,
still here.
perfect. Perfect. Just make sure.
Yes, I'm awake. I was muted.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. Appreciate you guys staying on board with us. So let's take the test. It's gonna be a hard one, guys. That's what I love about this, is at least we got, people to help us. So all right, so let's go down here and do our test right here. So it looks like, all right, so let's get started. Are you guys all there? If so, oh, here, one lucky winner. Okay, become a specialist, keep up to date, be in the chance of being awarded top prize. One lucky winning graduate Brit agent who has passed this module will be selected to receive a prize voucher spent locally. In addition, 10 selected runners-up will receive a runner-up prize. Conditions apply. All right, I wonder if it's over with. Does it have anything in updates? Who knows, but I'm sure we'll be getting, 2017.
Sorry.
Sure they have updated things for us though. So all right,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. All right, is this the test? Yes. All right, so which historic castle sits on Loch Ness?
Urquhart, the word I can't pronounce.
This one?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, so is it out of order, guess, huh?
Yeah.
Located
Probably.
just outside of Inverness, you can visit the exhibition center of the Battle of Culloden site. In which year did the battle take place?
I think that was 1746. I
Yeah,
think that's what I read.
perfect. All right, which two urban areas are linked by 73-mile-long hiking trails?
That's Inverness and Fort William.
Very good. What is the name of the Loch Ness monster? 3 guesses and then you're out. Nessie.
Nessie.
Yeah, we got that. Flossie. Inverness is one of the driest areas of Scotland, but how much rainfall on average does it receive each year?
I think it was under 900,
Yeah,
I think.
well, that's what John says. So with 2 of
Okay.
yours, 2 out of 4, I think we're doing good. What is the name of the scenic road route that starts and finishes in Inverness and travels around the entire north coast of Scotland?
Was that the 500?
Yep, North Coast 500.
Sounds like a car race.
How long does it take the Colombian sleeper to travel overnight from London Euston to Inverness?
12 and a half hours.
Very good. So do you know all this just from traveling, or?
Some of it is ringing a bell. Other things like stuff I haven't done, like I didn't do the sleeper train,
Uh-huh.
but I love traveling by train. So that's an interest of mine. So that clicks. That and food. Christine knows that. Like food
Yeah.
I remember and trains I remember.
Okay. All right. Which famous Scottish poet stayed at the Kingsmill Hotel in Inverness?
That was Robert Burns.
Very good.
And I was an English major and classics major. So
Oh my gosh. So you're very knowledgeable. What event was held at Castle Stewart Golf Course in 2016?
was that the Scottish Open?
Yep, Scottish Open. One more. Can we do it? Which member of the famous Rowe family of restaurateurs has a fine dining establishment located at Rockpool Reserve Hotel in Inverness? It is Albert. Albert, guys, okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead, hit finish.
Oh, that was that fancy one. That's what it was.
Ding, 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 ding. 10 out of 10. Let's see. Whoop,
Yay.
whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, Tuli, did you get them all? Let's make sure.
Yeah, just missed some. I
Okay.
missed some, but I'm just gonna go back and review what's the problem.
Okay.
But anyway, we passed.
Here you go. If you want to copy these for after. Paste. There you go. Copy those. Those are the answers. All right. Cool. Congratulations, everybody. So let me have a vote. Do you guys want to do the next sessions on oh, prizes. Okay, let's check that out. Next Friday. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to keep doing it?
yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes, we love it.
I have to take it over because the stupid thing timed me out while I was looking up the answers.
Yeah. So Marnie, if you scroll down, England Originals, it's not the exact same as this course, but it does cover some information for England with it. And it's kind of like how to put together a theme tour. So if someone's interested in spas and wellness, then it tells you like 3 or 4 cities that you want to group together and convince your client to travel to. Same thing with literature, or if they really like festivals and they want to go, experience everything that's happening here and now with it. So that's a good one. And I don't think they drew the prize yet. It's like 300 or so. There's money involved with it.
Okay.
We have Canada, Guyana.
Do you know how
Inland
long these take?
I did 1 per day and I got them done.
Okay.
So yeah, they're pretty short.
All
those
right.
courses.
So maybe we can do like just you did 1 a day. How long?
Yes.
Like an hour, 2 hours?
Like 2 hours max.
2 hours. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so maybe we can throw these in. Perfect. Let me take a picture of this and maybe we can do it as a fun thing, you know, because maybe I can do this for our, perks and stuff, training that we're going to do next month.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. So what we will do is meet again then next Friday. On Monday, we're going to do Alaska.
Okay.
By Sunday, 8/1. Okay. Oops. Which one was that one that we had to do by Sunday?
Was that England?
Was that this one, John? Does it say?
Oh, probably if you click competition, maybe.
Previous screen. That's September. Up. Here. Oh, this one, Inland Empire.
That's
Yeah,
where I
that's
used.
the. Yeah, Christine, I did that course. I'm so ready to go out there and drive that whole route. It's absolutely beautiful.
I lived not far from there. I was 7 miles from the Ontario airport.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll have to get into that and do that. Okay, cool. So that's great to know. Again, I'm going to be doing the schedule for August. So yeah, get in here and do the Empire, or maybe we can. I mean, if you guys want to do it now, it takes. You said you took it. Oh yeah, here, $500 gift card though. Complete all lessons. I can't. Time to go. Yeah, I know. Me too. All right, guys. So we can do it on our own. Get it done, guys, if you want. And I'm going to be back on at 6 for Q&A. So thank you guys all. I appreciate your time. Thank you, Courtney, for reading. Welcome aboard, Tuli. Nice to have you. And thank you, John. We'll see you guys on hopefully Monday. And then Courtney's going to be doing fill-ins on Sunday. And then we'll get Britton again on Friday. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a great
Thanks,
night,
guys.
guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Okay. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
You. We enjoyed it. Thank you very much. We enjoyed it.
You. Get
So
some
we're
rest.
looking for another one.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.